Okay. Recording horizontally, I guess. At first it wanted to be vertically up, and I don't want it that way. So this is the hell is it? The Philco. This one. Chassis without the cabinet. The cabinet is right here for the other one. There's the other one. That chassis I'll be into in about a zillion years shortly. So these are all, this has been restuffed. This is restuffed. The one below it is restuffed, or I think it's below this one. This one's restuffed. I put ink on, or this is Sharpie right now, but I will put green paint on them. The one I'm working on is this one. And this one's across the AC. I'll pull that out. I got to stuff these. This is what I'm doing with the voltage doubler stuff. So I'm going to take this at this point, and that will go right back in here. And this here will hook back up into this one that goes to the chassis. So the way I did this, I found the easiest for me, and I had to wing this back in. I didn't have this in there for the voltage doubler. So anyways, I got this done. Brown is a center tap, 2 resistors. I didn't write down the values. I have the schematic now anyways, but okay, so what I do here, I drill a whole bunch of holes. Let me see. I drill a whole bunch of holes. I want to work on this one. This is a nice one, but I just tried drilling a hole. I think I have a bad drill bit. This one is a 0.1 I just removed. I drill. This one I'm working on. I drill a bunch of holes in it anyways. I keep this shit from rolling. I don't have a drill press anymore or nothing, so I have to, what I do is I use my drill, very small drill bit. You don't want to go any smaller than that, especially if you don't have confidence in yourself. I have confidence in myself because I've been using drills all my life. So I wanted to get closer. This is from past tense, but I want to do this one. So I'll just keep picking at this with dental tools and pick this stuff out. You got to really dig in on the sides and get deep if you can. This one here that I'm working on, I almost came through it twice, I think. Right here, I think my drill bit, I was too close. My drill bit came through almost there, and it's creased it there. So my drill bit was, drifted. So you got to be very careful. But then I use a flat screwdriver between the sandwiched aluminum and wax paper or whatever it is, and pick at it. This one here, it looks like I almost came through. This here could be from scratching up with a flat screwdriver, or I could have almost came through it. So anyways, so this is 0.22, I believe. Right here, I think. Of course, I can't read it. I can see 400 volts. Here it is. It's dusty. Is that it? I can't make it out. Well, it's a 0.2. I must say it there. MFD, yeah. It's right there. I just can't. It's dusty. It's got crap on it. A 0.2. So I'm putting this in. I already identified the outside foil. When I bought these, they were supposedly supposed to be new. I don't believe that. So this will go in this way. And what I will do is put it in about halfway, and I'll take the glue gun and seal it there. I'll put it in a refrigerator. When I start doing this, I will build a nest around it, try to keep it centered, and then I'll put it in the refrigerator because it gets so hot. It gets extremely hot. So I'll try this here. So I got that one in the refrigerator right now with a little bit of stuff holding it on. So just to seal it in place. This one here I did a long time ago. I got a 0.1 650 volt yellow jacket in there. I think this came out of it's possible it came out of a car radio around the vibrator thing. They usually have these fat ones, you know. And then I had this one come out of this system. It's going back in. This one goes below. This one goes right below this capacitor that's across the AC. This one goes below it. I think it goes to grid number 2 on this tube. A bypass, I think. So this one's going in. It's done. It's got a yellow jacket. 0.1. I'll scrape this a little bit with a razor blade and maybe take that off. Sometimes I don't. I just leave them. It's wear and tear the way they get. So now that one should be cool enough in the refrigerator to continue to put that stuff around it, the heat glue. Okay, here it is. I still don't know what this has to do with it. I'll get the schematic out. So this has dust on it. So I'm going to fill this around there. There's some of the hot glue, so it's solid. I'll put some in this side and around here to try to seal it, and then go right back in the refrigerator because it gets really hot. I'm afraid it's going to destroy these, and sometimes I will remember and use a capacitor checker on it, but not always. I forget to. So I'll do this quickly and it will go back in the refrigerator. I have what I do right now, I'm just sticking it, I put a hole in an egg carton because I made a block for doing this, but I don't know where it's at, so I just put a hole in the egg carton, 3 holes, so I can do 3 capacitors at once if I want till the eggs are gone, which will be soon. So I will get back to this. Now when I get back to these, I will wrap a rag around it or some paper towels or something to distance my hand from it. But I have confidence of not drilling into my hands. I have the drill motor going as slow as I can, so I have time to swear if I do put a drill bit in me. If you have the drill bit going too quick, it's going to go right through your finger, and you're not going to have time to swear. Just don't take the Lord's name in vain. So I'm going to take a whole bunch of these. This is pretty, I just did a test drill. I'd like to get a little closer to the edge. And I go all the way around, and then I'll drill a bigger one in the center. I already tried to pull this out. I have like a jeweler's vise I'll put up there and try and pull these out. Some of these, the ones that say Philco, the sprig doesn't pop out like that. But the ones that say Philco, I can sometimes pop them out or pull them out. Okay. So I'll put one in here. I'd like to use this. This is out of this phonograph there. I put another one in there. I'm pretty sure this was out of there. Okay, so the other capacitor, that 0.2, which I put a 0.22 in it, is in the refrigerator right now. And that's the one with that coil wrapped around it. So they do that stuff in radios around the 0.01 or 0.0 whatever. that goes from the volume control to the control grid of the 12SQ7 or whatever it is, 6SQ7. This is 7 something. These are 7s, the metal tubes, the octo tubes, whatever you call them, locto tubes. Okay, here's that capacitor right here. This one, which is C20. And the ones I have out are 2 underneath here. I don't think they're marked here. 20. This is electrolytic, and this the other one is, where's the other one? Someplace. Okay, number 20 anyways, right? Let me look. I'm very forgetful. 20. And I think that is this one. I think it's, where do I think it's at? This one. I'm going to have this lens away from it. I enlarged the screen, and then, so that's that one. So that's that coil wrapped around the outside. So now with the yellow jacket in there, there's going to be more air gap between the capacitor outer body and this. I would assume that represents outside foil, that curvy part. When I draw things, I just make them both flat. It's quicker. Curvy this way. Where's it going? Now this one they have the, yeah, this, I think what's going on here, this shielded cable is kind of continuous into this point too. This one's done. What the hell is it? That's this one. This side hooks up to that fat shielded cable. This here. It's under here. So it has a 0.22. But this one, I don't have a cabinet or nothing for it. I'm just doing it for the heck of it. Just to do it. It's not a bad radio as long as you can hook up an exit antenna. But so this one I think is this where. So this is this one. So if you remove those turns, does it matter? I don't know. I don't know. So I'll figure it out, because if I put it in so the outside foil is towards the black ring, so I'll see where this should be on the black ring side. This one, I don't know if I did that one. Probably, or I'll get to it. That one is 19. So these ones are done. I wish I would not have gone with a 0.03. I wish I would have stuck a 0.01 or a 0.02 in it. I don't know what that's about. That might be their way of a scratch filter. So maybe I put a 0.033 yellow jacket inside. I did not bypass this with a capacitor. I'm leaving it the way they have it. And so I'll get my capacitor out of the refrigerator now. This is Oranger Beginner's Corner, November 2nd, 2025. Okay, back on. Okay, see, this is towards this will go twist right up to here, and then the side that goes to that wire connector thing, the one that goes to the chassis. So this has some heat glue that's chilled. This has heat glue that's chilled. So I'll do this side now, and I'm not going to fill it up all the way. I'll do it in steps because I got a long ways to go. I'll do this side first because I have to fill the sides. I'm back on here. This is the one I'm still going to get to. I need approximately a 47. I'll do a 47 there. I have those at 450 volts. I'll do a 22 if I find a good one. I want a Nichicon. I don't know what this brand is, but it's in a brown capacitor thing, casing. I'm assuming it's good. It's not black. This one here, this is the cathode bypass for, I had to think, for the vertical output of that particular TV. So this is going to take a lot of messing around, electrical tape, I guess. And then I'll fill this last and probably do a whole covering on that. But I don't think I want to get too crazy away. I'd rather have this thinner, I think, in case it has to be broken into in the future. Because it's going to raise hell with this shit. You can see I split this with a screwdriver because I didn't take time to put my tape stuff around it. And I was almost crashing into it with the flat screwdriver trying to dig that stuff out. So anyways, I can't use a I don't know if I could put that one in there. I don't think I can. I don't think I have one. So I got red wire. I have blue wire. I'm pretty sure I definitely have yellow, and I definitely have black. So I'll put quite a length on them. They have to be quite long because this is relocating. Oops, that goes on the bottom here. Oops, I have the wrong side. Well, anyways, it goes on the bottom. I'm not going to flip it around. This is that Emerson. I have to get in gear. This means it's bad. Red means it's bad. If there's any green, it means blue. Also means questionable, or you never know. Some other person put this in. It wasn't me. This, let me flip it. Let me flip this thing. This tube socket is no good. This has to be cocked like that in order for me to get high voltage. So this is the one I did all the testing with this thing because it wasn't getting high voltage, and I think it was this. It had to be cocked. Let me pause this. So these are the capacitors that have to go in there. I think these are what I have. I have some of these. These brown ones I think are good quality. So these things have to be restuffed into that brown tube right there. I have another tube to go in here, but I'm not seeing it. Kind of more of a yellow colored one. So one goes here and one goes here. So these will end up inside one of them. Somebody already put jumpers across here. So I haven't really done any work to this thing except for was working trying to figure this thing out. But it seems to develop high voltage. This thing here should be replaced. I think that gained up. This is 5.6K. That's a red. I think that went up to like 9K for some reason. I just think that. This one here is something used I had. Actually, this original from here. Look like used stuff I have. This one here has to be replaced. This is brown, black, red, 1K, believe it or not. And I think that actually reads pretty close. But I have to move these away from these wire wound resistors. This part of the TV just gets too warm. So these capacitors have to be relocated into these. I don't know where the other one is. It should be right here. So I don't know what happened to it. I can't see it anywhere. I found this. They will not give me give me $5 on it. Absolutely refuse. The bank. So anyways, this is it for now. Capacitor repairing. Here's my drills. It ain't worth a crap anymore. So this is it. Signing off. I should use my bigger glue gun, but I have so many of these. I'll do this side. I filled it up. I have to run and put it in the refrigerator. A little sloppy here. Whoops. Looks like a phonograph spindle, 45. So I have this side drilled out. I'm working on it. And here's the other side. I had to completely remove the top because having problems, but this is in a sleeve that's separated from this, but I haven't been back to it. That's for the Emerson TV. So I thought I could, you know, put a decent size drift pin on this side and pound it through, but I haven't had that luck yet. I don't know if I can squeeze it and create a, I don't know. I think I have to drill closest to this as possible without going through the side, and if I can weaken one section of it, and then I can tear it apart a little at a time, but I got to get something weakened all the way through. This I wanted solid because I was putting my drift pin up against there and trying to push it out the other way. Oh. I would like to practice on some of these bigger ones and see if I can drill this stuff out, but I'm gonna have to have a real good drill bit. I wish I still had my shop with my drill press and stuff. I don't even have my what the hell is it called for putting bearings in, like alternators and stuff anymore. My press, my little press, I even got rid of that. I should have kept it. Drill a bunch of holes all the right way around here, decent amount in. You're probably going to have to leave some of this, I think it's green, some of that stuff in there, because if you get too close to this, it's going to break. So these are all the capacitors I have dealt with so far. And these. I started putting it into the oven. I had no success with that. This one you can't do, obviously. That's just there. That's all come up from an assortment of Radio Shack stuff I bought at a estate sale. I do have some 4 microfarads, but they're the maroon ones, and they're not gonna slip in here. They're gonna be too tall. A point, was it 0.4? What was it, 0.4? Yeah. So this is just a collector's item. This one here, what'd this one come out of? This one come out of one of those oscillators I probably tore apart. I only kept a couple of the oscillators, but I think one of them that I tore apart I kind of regret, but that's the way it goes. Okay, that capacitor that I'm working on goes, no, this No, this one here goes down below this one. That's across the AC. This, I think, goes to grid number 2 of this tube, I think. Bypass, I think. These ones that say Philco, I can put in my jeweler's vise and real short, butt it right up to it and pull them out. At least one side comes out. So this one I just did. I got to find the casings for these. These are done. There's one way down here. It hooks up to this is just the ground on the tap. This is how this potentiometer is grounded, by this tap. So here's these. This one is for tonal, and there's one right here that's for tonal. The 0.01 and 0.003. This one here is the one that hooks up to the outer braid, the shielded of this here. Hooks up to the shield, not the signal, the shield. And then it goes to the negative. This one over here, yeah, I don't know right now, lost it. This one goes right here down below, and the one in the refrigerator goes right here. I'll go get it. It should be cold by now, so I got to put a green dot on here when I get it in, and I got 2 more. Then it's all recapped. I just got this one's permanently placed. This one here I think is permanently, no, it's not done. I got to put a sleeve over it. It's a piece of spaghetti, and solder it better. This wire here is for electrolytic capacitor that I removed to get it out of my way. But this one here is the other one that works with this. I think, no, it's this one for voltage doubler. That one and that one. So this here, mustard colored, goes into the shielded cable, is this. So when you switch this thing, this goofy switch, it centers this. So you can either turn it clockwise or counterclockwise, depending on what you got going on. So I think this is phono. If I turn it to the right, I think it's phono, because then it flicks the slide switch that's right here. This way, it switches it this way towards my finger. And then you got from here as all the way down. No, I think it starts from here as all the way down, and this goes louder. It moves away from the center tap. So then you switch it this way. Oops, that way. Then you got from center tap to this way, it gets louder. So then it's going to the bottom side of the potentiometer down here, which is this capacitor. I don't know if I'm replacing that one. There's 0 volts there. From the potentiometer to maybe the control grid of the, what's it called, 7Q6 or something, 7C6 or something, not Q. So this is grounded, or minus, which is also, this is also minus. These here, these tabs that are on these locked out tubes, I think they're a capacitor away. I think they're in cahoots with the chassis. So they're a capacitor away from negative, which would be this capacitor. No, it'd be this one? No, this is for grid number 2, I think. I don't know, one of these. I don't know. Okay, back on. Kind of touched it with my finger. Smoked it up. That's okay. I'll knock that off. I don't know what that is. I don't know. I don't have my reading glasses on. I don't know if it's wax. But this one here will attach to here. Attach to this one. And then this will go to the wing. I think it goes to the one that goes to the chassis. I think. Where is it? Okay, this stuff is negative. This is chassis. This stuff's chassis. These other ones are your negative. Chassis. The core of that. Negative. Capacitor here. I think that's the one up in the cabinet. This one here. 0.2. I replaced that one. That's that one that goes to that phono cable. I think this is carries on from that, maybe. I don't know. I don't think so. It goes to this is what the hell's going on there? I don't have my reading glasses on. I see double vision. This is to the shielded cable. This is to the shielded cable, because it sure as hell ain't to this cross wire to the pickup. I can't see it though. So this also has a 0.05 to the turntable top, I think. So that's got a capacitor plus a capacitor to protect you. This one here, I think it says a 0.05. Yeah, it's a 5. I can't see it, but it looks like a 5, blurry 5 to me. So you've got a. So if this is obviously the motor box. So that's mounted to the mechanism inside here, up here. That chassis is next. So this will go to the chassis, the turntable. I don't know, whatever the hell it's called. It's hard for me to remember shit since my stroke, but the metal turntable top. So that's protected from a capacitor there, and it's out, and then it's in the shielded cable. It runs to the chassis, phonograph radio chassis, then it goes to that minus. And when I get this done, my minus here will not be, they run their neutral through this. So the hot can swing around all the filaments and come back at you in the chassis. They gotta, try to kill you off, I guess. So this has a on-off switch. This is that slide switch with the funky, where the hell's the rest of it? that does this stuff. So on one side, you're right now it's on for radio. So the cathode is connected to ground, to minus. There's your your grid number 2 bypass capacitor, and there's your resistor to your B plus after the 8.2K. And then when you want phono, for some reason you short your 33K to ground, which is dumb. That's only a half watt resistor. It measures good. You shoot your 33K to ground for some reason and ground out your grid number 2. You would think you could just open up the cathode. This should have no connection there, and then you could put it there and it just open up the cathode instead of shorting out to ground. But what the hell do I know? So this will get connected back into here. This will get associated in. It's got more air gap between this coil and the outside foil of the capacitor. Is it going to make a difference? I doubt it. I do have the outside foil this way on the 0.22. So this is it. Signing off. That other capacitor is right up here. Where is it? Right up here. Right on the right hand corner. I'm gonna replace that too. I think that was said it was a 0.05. So then you have double capacitors. I have sunlight leaking in the window, so here's the situation. This is that dotted line, so I assume this is to here, but it does have grommets. This here slips. The motor has to be taken apart and freed up, and I know this has those bearings in it that can twist around, so I'll get some penetrating oil on both of these cups and then put grease in here eventually. This might just be a slip fit, a clutch fit. That's what I think it is. And there's that capacitor, whatever the hell these things are called, speakers? Well, someday I won't be able to even say what the F this thing is. It's a speaker. Today it's a speaker. Tomorrow I might call it my car keys. I've been with people that think that way. I used to have to work with them a little bit, doing jobs for them. But this is where the voice coil, or I mean the coil was. Coil for filtering the DC voltage. So I think they just used a ring around here and kept using these speakers until they were out of them. This is it.